Welcome back. President Obama hitting the campaign trail today, a day after delivering the State of the Union address. Now, as a tradition, the speech was packed with detailed plans, rhetorical flourishes, and plenty of political subtext, mainly political subtext. Joining me now to share his thoughts is political strategist Brad Gerstman. And Brad is a partner at Gotham Government Relations in Roslyn. That's a company that provides business development and lobbying services for companies and nonprofits. Appreciate your time tonight, as always. Let me start up before we get into the substance of the speech. If you had to give it a grade, what would you say overall?
I'll tell you, the president never disappoints in a speech. So from a speech perspective, purely the content and how fixated people were on watching this, I'd say I give it an A-.
Yeah,
it was really a good performance.
Even Republicans will admit he's a great orator. I mean, like when he gives a speech, he nails it every time. He knows how to use the English language to his advantage.
Sure.
Well, let's talk about some. This is what I found remarkable. He starts off with the military. He goes through the military and the accomplishments. He talks about Iraq. He talks about Osama bin Laden, and he ends with the military, with the Navy SEALs and the flag. He almost forces the Republicans to give him a standing ovation at the beginning and at the end.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, start with your accomplishments, and those were some really important and major accomplishments that he could really, raise up and say, look, no one can even argue with this. But also was the way he wove that theme in for the mission, the working together, the working, doesn't matter if you're black, white, Democrat, Republican, that we all do it together because it's a mission, and trying to at least get the people on the sidelines, those of us who are just citizens out there, looking at Congress and saying, why can't we do it? We can do it in other areas for our national interest, but we can't do it here.
Now, during the Republican primaries that's going on right now, the Republicans, they've been pummeling the president. I mean, right now, he really hasn't had a chance. This was his first chance to really give that national address. We know what his theme is. We know he's campaigning against a do-nothing Congress, and we also know this income inequality. What were your thoughts about how he wove that through the speech, and was he successful?
Yes, I think because if you look at the polls on taxation, it's overwhelmingly in favor of a millionaire's tax, a real millionaire's tax. And that's what he was speaking about. And he was saying, look, there needs to be some income and tax equality with those who are making over $1 million, and why are their tax rates lower after they've taken out all the deductions and whatnot to those who are just simple employees that have to pay the full rate.
Now, one of the things that the president did last night was he made several calls to Congress. Send me the bill. Send me the bill. In fact, we have a soundbite. If we could run that soundbite, get your reaction.
Sure.
Send me these tax reforms, and I will sign them right away. Send me a law that gives them the chance to earn their citizenship. I will sign it right away. So put them in a bill and get it on my desk this year. Send me a bill that creates these jobs.
Now, there he is taking the action, calling on Congress specifically, send him the bill. Effective?
Yes, because his claim is, nothing's going on in D.C., nothing's happening. The public realizes that, and he's just saying to everybody is, look, I'm not the problem. The problem is Congress. They're not going to deliver me a bill. They're not going to deliver me any bills. They're not going to do anything. And so that's exactly what he was trying to convey by saying, bring me the bill, bring me the bill.
We should also just mention the other side. Peter King put out a statement today saying raising taxes on families that make more than $250,000 will have a devastating impact on Long Island. We need to focus on strengthening this economy, helping small businesses, and produce tax reform that creates jobs and doesn't take money away from families and small business owners. This is put out by Congressman Peter King. Are you surprised by that response?
No, it's this has been the standard line. You see, I'm not taking any sides here, but that is the standard line, is that the people who are making more money are the job creators, and with further taxation that we would be reducing jobs. I get that economic theory and that policy of the Republicans. I think we have two distinct sides that are really shaping up nicely for a great general election time, because we have the taxation and the concerns about serving the middle class and serving those who are underserved, and versus, you know, trying to create business and trying to cut regulation and what the Republicans are calling.
Well, it's an election year, so we're going to have more of these discussions. I'm sure we'll have you back many more times. Appreciate your time, Brad. All right, when we come back, Bill Corbell will have your 7-day hyperlocal forecast. Plus,
You can vote on